Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to Trading Waves Weekly Outlook, where we'll be looking at the instruments. How are they expected to perform in the coming week? Right, so as for maybe our work or the past work that we've had, you can refer on our channel. Talking about that, if you wish to contact us, you can visit us on our YouTube channel. That's where you are going to get our contact details there. So this is our YouTube channel here, which is Trading Waves. So if you go on, especially the weekly content, you will see the when you open that one, you're gonna get our contact details there. So it's either you get myself or you get Victor on those two WhatsApp numbers there. You can also see our social media platforms. That would be our Telegram channel, our Facebook, and also on our Twitter. So you can visit us there. Most importantly, if you've got any questions that regarding our services, you can email us at info@trading-waves.com, or you can chat to us right here on the right bottom corner here. You can always chat to us there. Somebody's always there attending to those inquiries there. So just chat to us there for a fast response. Right. So with that being said, this is our Wave site here. You can visit us at trading-wave.com, and you can also see what services that we have there. There will be a lot of changes, so you can take advantage of the 30% off. Especially on our courses that is currently running until you don't see this. So yeah, very likely this today is the last day when we're having this 30% off, so you can take advantage today, right? So like I've said, there's a lot that is going to change on our website there, including our pricing as well. You will see that in the coming few days. Right, so let's get started and let's see what the market expected in the coming weeks. So we're going to start with the DXY. You know now, if you've been following us on our YouTube page, you know how we have been looking at the DXY. So our view has not yet changed. We're still liking the idea that in terms of a structure, this still needs to complete here. So we are still looking at this to be our wave A here. This to have been our wave B as a 335 structure here. If you're not sure what I'm referring to when I'm talking about a 335 structure here, you can always hop in and choose our courses there. So we're going to be having like short courses that will be teaching about the structures for someone that says, I'm not interested in this Elliott wave thing. However, I've spotted that there is a structure that the market plays out. Maybe the market does something like this a year, and then maybe give a structure like this, maybe goes a move like this, and all of a sudden it drops. So you're not sure how does this here. Tune in our website. You will get these short courses here where we will be explaining these structures there and how to trade them. Not just explaining them alone, but also how do you trade such structures if they do play out. And maybe you want to know how is it related maybe to my supply and demand that I know, or my price action that I'm trading, or maybe the specific pattern that I'm trading. How is this related to? You're gonna hop in on the website. We're gonna be having these short courses there that you might want to take advantage of. So that is exactly what we've seen here with the DXY made this 335 structure here. Now we've been looking at this one to be my wave A, wave B again. Obviously, for some time now we are stuck around this area here, but we have been looking at this to be our wave one, and then this to be our wave two here. So we are still trading against this swing high yet. So the direction on the DXY has not changed. Anything below that, we are looking for a bearish move to the down side again. Remember, I always say this, that when you are in your wave B correction, you are on your wave two and your wave four, there is a lot that can take place there. Unfortunately, some people, they just know, oh, this is a three-wave move here, it's a correction here, this is done. When something like this, they start to play out here, then a lot of people, they get confused. They don't know when are we ready for a move to the up side. So if you're one of those, you might want to consider to jump in for our full course or those short courses that I'm referring to here. As for the dollar index, I would love to see this one not to come and take this high here in the coming weeks and then just drop from here. Taking this high does not mean that it invalidates the structure. Just bear in mind that the bigger invalidation level will be this one here, that is still telling us that we should be expecting to see a bearish move to the down side here. Right, so obviously the euro US dollar, which is inversely correlated to the DXY. So we have been looking at this one here. If you've been following us in terms of the structure, we are simply looking at this one here. Made a move to the upside, this being a flat corrective structure here, just like inversely correlated to the DXY, and this to have made a move to the upside. And we do believe that this has completed the move here. This being a wave one here, this to have made it through a move, and we do believe that this is ready for a move to the up side. Right, so that's what we are expecting on the euro US dollar in the coming weeks. Obviously, we've started to bounce here from here, so I wouldn't want to see the price there. So even if this just dropped like this, I wouldn't want to see the price come around this swing low. But again, if it does come here, that doesn't mean that the structure isn't validated. Well, as long as this is still trading above this 104.50 area here, we're gonna be looking at the dollar, the euro US dollar, that it should continue with that move to the up side. Your pound US dollar, the very same thing that we've been speaking about. Yeah, so from these lows, yeah, I'm gonna be a bit quicker because there's really nothing much that has changed from the previous week. Hence, I'm saying that the market has been a bit of a sideways move. Yeah, so you'll see that on the chart. So the pound US dollar, we believe that from this low, yeah, this has already made a move to the upside, and this has completed a three-wave move structure. Yeah, now against this swing low, yeah, we are looking at this to be making a move to the up side. Obviously, as an alternative view, we are tracking this. Can we have the price to come back around these swing lows here? If it does that, then we are looking at this one here to be very likely a three-wave move structure here. That can be our W here. This to be our wave X here. Then we can have this one to be our wave Y. That's the structure, but obviously a certain level needs to be hit before we can talk about this structure. For now, we are favoring this move to the upside on the pound US dollar. Right, so your US dollar chief, we still like the idea for this one that it should drop, especially against this swing high. Yeah, you'll see that we've had this five-wave move to the downside, and we still believe that this is still missing. Yeah, something is still missing. We do believe that this was just a three-wave move structure. Yeah, we will still be expecting that at least we must drop a move that is related to this one. So I do believe that this isn't a correction. Yeah, remember that this is positively correlated to your DXY and obviously inversely correlated to the Euro US dollar. So meaning that if the Euro US dollar does as expected, a move to the upside, then your US dollar chief is very likely that it's going to give us a drop to the downside. Yeah, so obviously we might see this maybe one more leg, but eventually I'm gonna be expecting that the US dollar chief should eventually drop. Obviously, you don't just go and sell this year. You need to have some confirmation. Obviously, we do use a special indicator that tells us when these moves are ready here. But just a simple thing here, wait for an impulsively move. Once you see that one, and then you can look for a correction. Then that's when you can look for a short move to the downside on your US dollar chief. Right, so your AUD US dollar, yeah, week in, week out. You have also got the latest video that I created about AUD US dollar, yeah, so you can refer to that one, especially if you are specializing on the AUD US dollar. But structurally, we're still looking at this one here to be a move to the upside that is related to this one here. So we are still looking at this one to have made a year, wave B a year, and obviously wave C at some point it needs to have the five-wave move. So we do believe that this is our wave one of a wave C here, and then this to have been three corrective structure. Yeah, this should have been an A, B, C. Yeah, so this has started to make a move to the upside. So I do believe that this will eventually start to give a move to the upside in the coming weeks. So obviously, like I've said it, you can refer on our channel here. I've got this latest video on an AUD US dollar where we were detailing it here, or we were just explaining more into detail. Refer to this video here of an Australian US dollar. That's if you are interested on it there. So like I've said it, we've got even like targets where we are anticipating that how far this can trade to the up side. Obviously, your New Zealand US dollar is a sister pair to our US dollar here. So we have been looking at this one here that it should give us a move that is related to this move here. We've had this one making a move to the upside, and we're looking at this one here to be a through move corrective structure. So we are looking at this here that it has completed this wave one here. Obviously, this being your wave A here, wave B here. At some point, we are expecting to see a wave C. That means the wave C obviously is made up of a five-wave move. So we are looking at this to be a wave one of a wave C. This to be a wave two here. So we're gonna be expecting a three and a four and a wave five. Like I've said it, if that short video on the audio store you hear about it there, then definitely you know what is expected as well on your New Zealand US dollar. US dollar CAD, we are looking at this one that it should still give us a drop here, at least if it's not gonna go all the way to the downside, because you know how we have been looking at this one here now that it has dropped here. It could just be a three-wave move lower here. There are a couple of ways to look at this one here. This this being our connector here, and we can still have this one to be a three-wave move. This three-wave move being related to this three-wave move that we have seen here. So this could just be your W here, wave X here, and this to be wave Y. Now, let's say, for example, that this is done here. This is all the correction that we needed. Let's say, for example, this is all the three-wave moves that we've got here, because it depends, what am I looking for here? I can still have this to have been an impulsively move here. Let's say, for example, this is your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, your 5, this being your wave 1 here. So this could just be a three-wave move structure here. Let's say, for example, this being wave 2 here. If that's the case, that might mean this is our wave 1 as a leading diagonal, something like this here. Maybe this being your wave 1 in a different degree now, then even if that's the case, we still have to get something like this, maybe be a wave 2 against this swing low here, and then maybe we see this move to the upside. Yeah, that's if this is done. But I still believe that my preferred view is that this is still in the correction here. We still need to see the three-wave move here, then maybe can come somewhere around your 128, 127 area before we can see the biggest move to the upside. Remember the positive correlation to your US dollar based pairs to the DXY. If the DXY drop, then we're gonna see this one dropping lower here. Until the DXY is done, then we can start to see that big move to the upside. Your US dollar JPY, just like we have been talking about this one here for quite some time. So far, we are still holding above this swing high here. So we still entertain this must drop, but obviously we still need to see this one breaking out these lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, high here, lower low, lower high. If we can get rid of that weekend and start to make a new low here, very likely that we're going to be looking for this bearish move to the downside, especially if the DXY can be the one that is driving the market. I would expect that this is going to drop to the downside. But obviously against this year, if it does take this a year, then expect a little bit of a push high before we can expect to see a drop to the downside on a US dollar JPY. So we still need to see more confirmation on this one again. Pound yen, we've seen this one a couple of weeks, how we have been able to trade it from around this area here. So we've been looking at this one to make a move to the upside. Obviously, we are looking at this to be the level that is going to invalidate this move to the upside. So all we know now that this can pull back like this. If it does give us a three-way move structure, we're looking for a move to the upside. But for some reason, this was to drop lower here and come to around this level here. You know how we've been feeling about your pound yen in a long term. We've said it before that in a long term, your pound yen should start to give us a drop to the downside here. But obviously, that move to the downside, it needs to be confirmed. We need to see something that this here is going to be a bearish. Come and take out these swing lows here. Once it does that, then every time it pull back, then we can start to look for the big one to the down side. Euro yen still against this swing high here. We have been looking at this one that it should drop. Obviously, we had a very big drop to the downside here. A couple of I think it was more than 1,000 pips drop that we saw here. You can see that 1,117 pips drop we saw here. Ever since then, this has been trading higher. Yeah, two things happen here. That this is giving us an ending diagonal like this here, and then come and take this high, and then start to give us a drop, or alternatively, this to have been an impulsively move to the downside, and then this is in a correction in an 11 swing sequence a year, but still against this swing high here, it still give us this drop to the downside. Not sure what it is an 11 swing, then you can just let me put it this way, yeah. 11 swing, I'm just referring to your WXYXZ. But then if you're not sure what is that one, then you might consider to take those short courses that I'm referring to here that will help you here. So we are looking for this one to give us a bearish move to the downside, but obviously we need to get rid of this higher low sequence. Again, if we can get rid of that one, come and take out these major lows here, then it might be time for a big one to the downside. So there's a simple way of just confirming there that move to the downside on your euro yen. So chief yen, this looks a bit corrective here. So I'm going to be looking at this one that it should still give us a move to the upside here. What is very likely to happen, if you look at this has made a three-wave move here, a three-wave move to the upside here. And obviously this to be a 1-2. Very likely that it might do something like this. And then we have a 3-3-5 here. So it might slide lower here, more lower here, but eventually it should make a move to the upside. Last week I showed you how we have been able to trade this one from this low here. We got a couple of like 200 something pips move to the upside. Obviously it has came back and hit us on a break even, but obviously we have already taken partial profit. It's just that we wanted to see this extending more to the upside, yeah, but it just showed that this was not a that 3-3-5 structure very likely. Then from there we can expect to see that move to the up side. CAD yen, you can see that this is making a move to the upside, even though it's a bit of like an and the volume is no longer there to the upside, but I'll still have to see this one here. At least give us one more leg up here. Then from there, we can start to look for this possibility. Once you start to confirm the impulsively move, then we can look to short your CAD yen. But for now, this still looks good. There's a lot of nesting that is taking place. This being your wave one, your wave two here, and then this to be your wave one, your wave one, your wave two, your three here, your four here, your wave five here. So we are looking at this. That is very likely. It might even do something like this. Have a wave four here. Look, this is your wave one. This being your wave two here or wave three here. So this could just form a wave four here and still give us a move to the upside. Obviously, after the wave five, that's when we might see a big bearish move to the downside on your CAD yen. Right, so New Zealand yen, we are looking at this here that it should still make a move to the upside. I've shown you a couple of times how we have been able to trade this one to the upside here. So we have been looking at this one being a leading diagonal here as a wave one here, made a nice three-wave move. That's why we had a trade set up, and this would have been our wave two here. Internally here, you can see that we've just made a five-wave move. This being a 1, 2, a 3, a 4 here, a wave 5 here. So that tells you that there's a degree that is being completed here. So this being our wave one here, so we could be having this one to be a sharp wave two against this swing low here. Then we still see this one continue with that move to the upside. Unless, of course, if it does come to this swing low here, then it might be time to look for the possibility of a short move to the downside on New Zealand yen. But with your New Zealand yen, you're expected to make a move to the upside. It would be nice to see your New Zealand yen as well to give us a move to the upside. The very same thing that we've seen here on a Euro Audi, we on a not Euro Audi, but your Audi yen, we have been looking at this here to have been a wave one here, and then this to have been wave two here. This to have made a wave two here. So we could be having this one to be a wave one in a lower degree or giving us a next here. This could be just a sharp two-wave moves here, or it might even do something like this, and then maybe a deeper correction against this swing low here. We'll still be looking for that move to the upside. If it doesn't go from here and then just jumps in a three-wave move here, then we're very likely that we see another pullback in a three-wave move. But eventually, against this swing low, I'm gonna be expecting to see a move to the upside on your Audi yen. The Euro pairs, we are looking at this one here that it should still drop. We are still trading below this swing high here. If you've been following me, I've been saying that as long as this is kept below this here, if this take this high here, then we are very likely that we are having this is a three-wave move, and obviously would have missed a trade here, then this is gonna make a move to the upside. But for now, I've been looking at this to be a one here, wave two here, and then this to be a wave one in a different degree. Obviously, this being your wave one here, and then this could just be wave two here. It might even start to drop here, only to find out that this correction is not getting as far as the equal legs. I want to see this dropping from here, but if it still give us one more leg up, it must never get to this high here, because getting to this high will be invalidating the wave cam that we have. So I want to see this one dropping to the downside, and it will make sense if your Audi US dollar make a move to the upside, this being an Audi code pair, then it will be supported, then it give us a bearish move to the downside. Right, so your Euro New Zealand will be the same as well here. The two pairs are a sister pair. That's what I would like to call them. So we are looking at the Euro New Zealand that it should still drop to the downside here. So the very same thing that we have been looking, this should be our wave one, wave two here, different degree. This being a wave one, and this to be a wave two. So we want to see this one here continue with the drop to the downside here. Obviously, can it just do something like this? Being a 1, 2, a 3, a 4 here, maybe a wave 5 here, it can still do something like this, and then we have a diagonal, and then maybe give us a more pullback before we drop. But for now, we just want to see this one giving us a drop from where it is, especially against this swing high here. So that's what I'm going to be expecting on your Euro New Zealand. As for Euro CAD, I've showed you before here that we are looking at this, that it should drop. However, I always used to come and show you the structure here, that this is a 1 here, this is an A here, a B here, and an expanding flat corridor structure like this here. This to be your A here, wave B A here, and we're expecting this to be our wave C A here like this before I move to the upside. Where it can still play out like that, but at the same time, we have to try and relate the waves here. So there is still a possibility that this could have just made a three-wave move to a downside here, this being your W here. Then this could just be a sharp correction, only to find out that this is our connector here, and we still see something like this as a three-wave move here, and then this becomes our wave Y. But either way, whether you're looking at it to be a WXY here or an ABC, then this will still be expected that it should drop lower here before we can expect to see a big move to the upside. But this move to the downside should be kept against this swing high here. For whatever reason, the price was to make this a year, then we forget about this here, then it means it's all the correction that we need. This will be our wave 1 here, and then maybe we can have this one to be our wave 2 here, and then we're ready for a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5 to the up side. So the only time that we're going to trigger buys here is only if we can get impulsively to attack this here, then we can start to look for pullbacks against this swing low here and expect that move to the upside. Right now, I'm favoring a bearish move to the down side. Your Euro Chief, we have been looking at this one that it should drop. However, I took a look. Yeah, now remember this. We've got this here to have made a drop to the downside as a five-wave move, a pullback here. This is still very likely that it could drop to the downside like this against this swing high here. But if you take this high here, forget about this drop. That would mean we might be ready for a move to the upside. I'm going to show you what is happening on the a monthly time frame a year. One of the member was very passionate to look at the monthly candles here. If you look at these monthly candle patterns here, I'm gonna be honest with you, they are not favoring that this is going to drop. We just to see wanna see here, because this is our invalidation level. If you look at this from this candle here to this candle here, this was a reversal candle pattern here. If you are aware of the reversal candle pattern supported by this move, so it's very likely that as much as we are looking for this one to drop, but this might come around this area here and invalidate. If it goes and take this here, we look for a pullback, then we are going to look for the buying opportunity to the upside on your Euro Chief. But we shall see if this is going to drop anytime from this week. But if it continues high, very likely that we get this one to invalidate the move to the down side. Euro pound, I've been showing you this one here for a couple of times now that we are looking at this, that it should still drop to the downside. Yeah, so we have been looking at this one to have made an impulsively move to a downside, being a wave 1, sharp wave 2 a year. So we are looking at this to have dropped already here in a wave 1, made a very nice 335 structure here as our wave 2 here. So we're going to be expecting to see a 3 and a 4 and a 5 that will be completing this year. This to have been your wave 1, your wave 2 here, this to be your wave 3. Maybe we get a pull back here, and then this continues more lower to the down side. But that's what we are looking at right now. As for the pound Audi here, I still favor this, that it should make a drop to the downside here. I don't want to see your pound Audi to break this high before it can give you a three-wave move structure. It has dropped lower here. Now I'm looking at this to be an expanding flat corrective structure. I want to see this dropping lower here, giving us a move like this here before a move to the up side. Alternatively, against this swing high again here, we could have this one to make a drop in a three-wave move here. Maybe we have this here to be a three-wave move structure like this here, and then maybe it starts to give us this drop. This being your W here, your wave X here, this to be your wave Y before a move to the upside. But I want to short this intraday just for a move that is related to this one here. I want to see this here dropping in a five-wave move. Once it can do that, then we're going to be looking for a big one to the upside. Again, just to show you, why do I say this? I've showed you this one before, that we are looking at this to have made move to the upside, pull back lower here. But obviously, this to have been too shallow for this pullback. That's why I still expect that this is going to drop a year, something that's related to this one. It will make sense that we had at least this to correct three-wave move structure here, come somewhere here before we can see a move that is going to be related to this one here. But for now, I still want to see this one giving us a drop to the downside on your pound Audi. The very same thing with your pound New Zealand. We are looking at this here, that it should drop lower here. Again, if you've let's look at this one from these lows here. We've had this one to have made a three-wave move to the upside here. So we are looking for a three-wave move to the down side. Now, two things happen here. We have this one drop lower here. Then we're going to look at this here to be a flat corrective structure. But then we still have this one to drop lower here. Or alternatively, what we could have here is this used to have made a three-wave move to the downside here. And then this is giving us a three-wave move to the upside here as a connector like this. Then we are yet to see a three-wave move. Then this becomes your W here, wave X as a connector, obviously against this swing high. Then we get this to be our wave Y before we can get a big one to the up side. But right now, looking at what is happening with the DXY, if the DXY can start to drop here, very likely that we are going to see your pound New Zealand drop. Somebody might be a bit confused. Why the DXY? DXY, if it dropped to the downside here, then you're going to have your New Zealand US dollar making a move to the upside. And then this being an NZD quote pair would be a pressure that it dropped to the downside here. So that's why I'm referring that your DXY drop, then it is going to result on your New Zealand, your pound New Zealand as well, to be giving us this drop to the downside here before we can talk about the possibility of a move to the up side. Right, so your pound chief, you've shown this one here. Our last trade setup obviously was somewhere around this area here when we saw this three move starter. If you didn't see that one, you can refer to the last week's video where we showed you how we have been able to trade this year to the up side. Obviously, our target was this year. If you somebody might be a bit confused why that specifically swing higher, simply because ever since then we have been doing this lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is a very first major swing high that we are taking out here, which tells us that the trend has changed to the other way around. Obviously, we have been dropping, taking this here. We've got a very nice V-shaped pattern here. So we're going to be looking at this one, that it should continue the move to the upside here. Obviously, it doesn't just go in a straight line. At some point here, this might do maybe something like this, or pulling back here, correcting this cycle from this low to this swing high here. So until then, give us this throw move pullback. That's the only time we can look to jump into a trade again on your pound chief. Right, so a pound cat, still looking at this one here, that it should drop to the downside, but obviously if it break this high here, if it start to take out these swing highs here, then this is ready for a move to the up side. Yeah, it's just that I've always mentioned this one, that this does not have the right look, because we've had this one here made an impulsively move to the upside here, 5-wave move to the upside, and we are seeing this so far here as a retracement level. There's nothing wrong with this. It could just be the retracement level, but it should make sense. It must have the right look. I even prefer that at least this comes back here, and maybe we have this sideways market before we can get another leg to the upside. But once these swing highs are being taken out here, then that means pound cat is ready for a bullish move to the upside. But for now, I still favor at least one more leg lower to come back to around these swing lows before we can talk about the move to the upside. Right, so let's have a look at the commodity pairs here. Gold, we are looking at this one, that it should continue with the move to the upside. We've spoken about this one several times, week in, week out. When we come here, we always say that whatever happens with gold, it must make a move to the upside. Yeah, I'm going to show you like two charts here. Let me just show you this chart here on gold. So this is how we have been looking at gold all along here, that it made this move to the upside here, and then made this here to be a three-wave move. Low heads of gold is a W here, and then this will be now wave X. So we're looking at the last wave here, and strictly against this swing low, we wanted to see this move to the upside. Yeah, you can see that this chart was posted on the 14th of Feb. So ever since then, we're looking at gold that it should make a move to the upside. Yeah, then you can see that eventually we were here at that time, we're here, and we're expecting to see this move to the upside. Yeah, so from these lows to around this high, yeah, this has made over a $10 move. That's like 10,000. That's like 1,000 points. 1,000 points is equivalent to a $10 move here. So this has made a very nice move to the upside on your gold. Now, two things happen here. That gold, as much as you saw on that chart that I showed you, that we're looking at this to make a move to the upside. Hence, we put this as a 1, as a 2 here, and then we're looking for this to be a 3. But we are very well aware that gold here has made this. Now, I'm going to show you from this 3-wave move, drop to the downside here, and then this have made a move to the upside. Yeah, somebody might look at it. I'm just going to have it like this for now. I don't want to show it as a three-wave move, but I want to show you that you need to be careful of this. This has dropped lower here in a three-wave move structure like this here, and then this has made this move that is related to this one here in yellow. Now, the big question is, are we heading more higher to the upside as we've got it on that chart, or we are going to see a drop to the downside that is related to this one here? Because there's still that possibility that gold could just be a W here. This form a wave X here, and then this to be a wave Y before we can get a big move that is related to this one here. So can be mindful somewhere around this area here. Obviously, I'm giving you this as an alternative view. For now, I'm just favoring that this is going to make a move to the upside there. Yeah, so these two have been wave one here, this being wave two here. So looking at this to be a 3, a 4, and a 5 at some point. But obviously, once this gets the equal legs, a reaction should be seen. If it pulled back in a through move like this, we're simply looking for more bullish move to the upside on gold. As for silver here, I've been showing you this one a couple of times, that silver should give us a move to the upside as well. This was the larger chart here that we had as well on the silver here. Obviously, this was a trade setup that we said to remember that this has made a very nice trade move structure here into the blue box. Now we are expecting this move to the upside. This was on the 29th year that we posted this chart here. So we're expecting to see this move to the upside on your silver. You can see that silver has already pumped to the upside here. At the time of that posting, we were exactly here. Let me switch to the 1 hour time frame because that's where you are seeing that chart. We were here and I said this was ready for a move to the upside. Check the blue box here like this here, and now we're looking for that move. So that trade is already running at a risk-free, a very, very, very painless trade that we had there on silver. But where to from now? We still expect to see more bullish move to the upside on your silver. So we have been looking at this one to have made an impulsively move to the upside, and then this should be an ABC here. Obviously, with the wave C as an ending diagonal that we had here, made a wave 1 here, wave 2 here. So we're looking for a 3 and a 4 and a wave F5. Now, obviously, an alternative view, be mindful, this could just be a 3-wave move to the upside, come somewhere here, and then maybe this drop to the downside. Remember this alternative view that I've always said that as much as I'm looking at this to be a wave 1, but this could be a 3-wave move. And then this could still form a 3-wave move structure like this here. That is just an alternative view that we might have on a silver or a bearish alternative view. Right now, we are entertaining that move to the upside from this era of a blue box. Your Brent crude, the platinum rather, platinum still needs to drop to the downside here. I've shown you why we are looking at this to drop. Just so you see here, from these highs to this low here, we've been looking at this to be a 5-wave move. Your wave 1, your 2, your 3 here. This should be a wave 4, and then this being your ending diagonal as a wave 5 here. Completing your wave A, bounce up in a 3-wave move as a wave B here. We are looking at this. It could even be something like this. Come somewhere here, running flat, and then have a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5. But we're looking at this to be a wave 1. So this could, even if it does come up here, or it can even come and take this high. But as long as this is going to be kept below this here, we're still looking for a 5-wave move to a downside that are going to be related to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we saw here. Then from there, that's when we can still expect to see a move to the upside. So meaning every time this makes a move through a move started like this, we're still looking for a short move to the downside on your platinum. Brent crude oil, very good looking for a move to the downside here. So obviously we have been looking at this. We are getting a specific level here. But if you look at this structure here, I've shown you this one week in, week out. If you look at this, made a diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, diagonal to the downside. So we need something that is going to be related to this one here. So that's why we are looking at Brent crude oil, that these two have made a move to the upside, this being your running flat in the middle here. So we're expecting one more leg up. Then from there, you're going to be looking for a very big drop to the downside on your Brent crude oil. But that looks good for a move to the downside. Those who are trading natural gas, looking for a move to the upside here, after we saw this drop here, so we will be looking for a move to the upside. Watch out for this one here. It might be a nice one, even to just get back to around these highs here, but we are looking for a big one to the upside on the natural gas. All right, so these indices, just for formality, to be honest, here, week in, week out, when I come in here, I keep on calling the indices that they should still continue to move to the upside. Nasdaq has been the one that has been very lagging yeah, but it has eventually got into the all-time high as well. I'm not going to talk about the S&P 500, your Dow Jones, and the rest, yeah, your Nikkei, your Nifty. They've been to the all-time high long. So we have been using those other indices to trade your Nasdaq, yeah, and your S&P 500 and your Dow Jones. Those main three. They are the ones that have been very lagging. So we are looking at them as well, that they were going to get to the all-time high. Eventually, the Nasdaq, which was the last one that was lagging, has eventually got into the all-time high. Now, I know a lot of people here. I remember very well. When we're here, people were selling this indices that they're going to drop. Even here, I can't even how many weeks I got a comment here that your Nasdaq is going to drop to the downside to these lows a year. But ever since then, I'm not changing my views simply because of those comments. I look at them, I value them, their views. These are our own views. Yes, so we've been calling for the indices that they should still make a move to the upside. Even now, taking the all-time high, we're still looking for this one that they should continue to move to the upside. We are simply looking for pullbacks, and we're looking for these here. So these indices here, they are not done. We still see them as making a move to the upside. Yeah, I've shown a couple of times how we have been able to trade these here. Look at your Dow Jones here has already broken up of this here. Look at this now. Now, this is going to be a very critical level, yeah, because it can just drop like this, come here, and still make a move to the upside there. Now, if this was to drop in it through a move here, simple textbook setup. That's if it does. Right now, I'm expecting to see more continuation move to the upside there. The very same thing with your Dow Jones, with your S&P 500, it shall continue the move to the upside here. Very same thing that we are seeing here. We've broken the all-time high here. Now, if it does pull back here like this, we're simply looking for a continuation move to the upside on your S&P 500. Not expecting those, but if they were to pull back here in a three-way move, we're simply looking for a move to the upside. Yeah, look at DAX, long term, hit the all-time high, came back lower here and through a move, gave us a very nice trade setup, bam, made a move to the upside. Another entry was here, made a move to the upside. We're still looking for this. If it does this here, we're still gonna keep on riding this one here to the upside on your DAX. Your UK 100, nothing has changed here. As much as this looks a bit collectively here, but I've showed you last week. Look at these lows. Look at these lows here. Look at these lows here. They keep on making the highs. The highs are here. So we are looking at this, that it will eventually make this big move to the upside here on your UK 100. I see it coming back to around these highs as well on UK 100. As much as we are a bit of a corrective here, but obviously you can just hop in, just if you are not sure what is happening around this structure here. We are looking at this here, that it shall continue with the move to the upside on UK 100. Nifty or Nikkei rather, we showed you this one here, the last trade setup that we had here. Very nice painless trade that we had here. We're looking at this to be a three-way move, and it has made a very big move to the upside here, and it's just been to the all-time high. When we got somewhere here, we are still looking at this, and there's no resistance that is visible on the chart here. So we're going to be looking for more bullish move to the upside. Obviously, you can pick up those hidden support and resistance with the Fibonacci's here. So one of those causes that we are going to have there, how to use the Fibonacci are here to determine the hidden support and resistance levels. Your Nifty here move to the upside. I show the latest trade that we've had here, just starting from this one here. We had a very nice painless trade, went into the blue box, made a move to the upside here. Ever since then, this is keep on making a move. We're going to be expecting to see more bullish move to the upside on your Nifty. All right. So as for the cryptocurrencies, we've seen this one, that how we have been able to ride this bullish move to the upside on your Bitcoin. Yeah. So if you're not sure, you can even refer to our charts here. I remember posting this here when we were here, that we are looking for this big move to the upside here. Even when we were here, there's a couple of trades that we've taken here on a Bitcoin here. The one that I still remember here was this three-way move structure here. This was a blue box trade setup here. We made another three-wave move structure here, somewhere here with a blue box trade setup. The last one that we had was when we got this pullback here, which has already moved. Let me just look at this trade alone. The last one that we had on a Bitcoin here was when we traded this move from this low here. You'll see that this has already made over a $22,000 move. Just this one alone a year that was shared, obviously, inside the members area here. So Bitcoin, no signs of a reversal here. Still looking at this one here, that it should continue to move to the upside. So I'm going to be expecting this, but obviously once we get somewhere here, maybe we might get a little bit of a pullback and then this move to the upside. For now, I want to see this here continue with a bullish move to the upside. Your Ethereum will be the same as well here. The last trade setup that we had was when we got this one to have made a very nice three-wave move structure here, and we're looking for this move here over $1,200 already that we have seen here on Ethereum. So we're gonna be still expecting that this should still continue here. So even if it does this through a pullback here, we are still looking at this one here. Obviously, with your Bitcoin expected that it might get to the all-time high, so that will mean your Ethereum as well very likely to get to the all-time high. I should have shown you this one here, how it has played nicely here. I've seen like some other uh, 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 service providers that were expecting that this was going to drop a year. I remember at some point somebody commented here and said on a replay that it was going to drop here because it has taken a low here, but that was on a replay here. But I kept on saying your cryptocurrencies, they are going to make this move to the upside here. So this one here, obviously, it missed our trade setup somewhere around this area here, but it never missed a move. We still expected that this was going to make a move to the upside, and this is still expected to trade higher. Yeah, I'm going to still be expecting this before maybe we can get a pullback and then this move to the upside. This should still continue with the move to the upside on your Litecoin. And then lastly, of the cryptocurrencies that we've got listed, that would be your Ripple here. So this is a swing low that I was referring to here. Apparently, there's some other service provider have taken this swing low, but we had a trade set up here that we were looking for this move to the upside. Let me show you how we have been able to trade your XRP here on the 1 hourly time frame. These are the trade setup that we have taken on your Ripple here. So it first made this three-way move structure here, and then it fell right into the blue box here. It was deep into the blue box. This was our first entry here around this area here for blue box, made a move to the upside, pulled back in a three-way move into the blue box, and this is our second entry here. So we're still looking to take this one at least back to around $1 on the XRP. Obviously, the potential that it can even go as far as above your $5 to $10 a year, but we take it one wave at a time. We're not worried much about which is going to be the factor. We just keep on riding the wave here or the trend to the up side. All right, guys, if you like our content, please, you know what to do right now. Please do make sure that you like our videos, you subscribe to our page, and also do make sure that bell notification it is turned on so that every time we release this content, at least you are notified. All right, from my side, that's what I want to share with you. Please trade safe and responsible, and I'm going to see you guys in the mid of the week. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.